Hi everybody, and welcome to the second to last video in the How to Write an Analytical Essay series. This video is going to be all about formatting. So by now you have well and truly finished your essay, it's looking fantastic, and this video is just going to run through some top tips for how to make sure that you set your essay out in a way that is polished, it is appropriate, and something that you can really be proud of. Now, why do we bother talking about this? Essentially, you want to make your essay as easy to read as possible, because if it's hard to read, it's then hard to mark. And it's also important that whatever you produce in school, that you're thinking about making it fit for purpose. So just like if you were producing perhaps a movie trailer, you would think about all the things that would make it appropriate to be a movie trailer. You would consider lighting and colour, transitions. Well, similarly, in an essay, you're not only thinking about language, but you need to present it in a way that's appropriate for an essay. So I'm going to run you through my 8 top tips for formatting, and the first is the title. Please don't call your essay title. Really important that you be a bit creative with this. You want to show that you have engaged with the question and the overall text. Not only should your question predict the content of your essay, but it should also try and catch the reader's attention. So avoid things like essay, title, or Hunger Games essay. So an example down the bottom here is a power-hungry Panem in the Hunger Games. This tells us really important things like the essay is going to be about the Hunger Games, and it's also going to be about the overall theme of power. Okay, tip number 2, make sure that there's a way to identify whose essay it is. Now, double check with your teacher, your school, maybe what assignment it is, because it's always going to be different as to how you do this. But make sure there's something on there so that they can identify whose essay it is. Number 3, font. Now, for some reason, we get a few students who like to use very, very tiny font, which makes work really hard to read. So again, make your marker's job nice and easy by having a large font, so at least size 11, and just use a standard font, no capital letters. If you capitalize your whole essay, we're not able to see that you're using capital letters effectively. Okay, tip number 4, spacing. So the trick here is to have enough spacing that it's easy to read. So you want one that's not too close together, but also not too far apart, as you can see here. So just a nice spacing like 1.5, your teacher might request 2, but just make sure that it's not super, super close together or super far apart. Okay, tip number 5. Again, check with your teacher. Everyone prefers something different. Personally, I like work that is left aligned. So everything that's neatly aligned along the left side, it's much easier for your eye to track, and it looks much nicer to be able to read. Okay, number 6, italics for the title. So whatever text that you're referring to in your essay, whether it's the title of a film or a novel, maybe it's a play, you should always put that in capital letters, and it should be in italics. If for some reason you are handwriting your essay, maybe it's for a supervised task, just underline, and it uses the same, or it means the same thing as going to italics. Okay, tip number 7, page number and word count. Make sure that you put page numbers on every single page. That way, if one for some reason gets lost, we're aware that it's not finished at the end of page 1. Also, teachers do know when you've gone over the word count. So by leaving it off, you're certainly not doing yourself any favours, because we will check anyway. And you're not doing yourself any favours by lying either. So please be honest, because we will know. You definitely get the knack of it after marking quite a few. Okay, number 8, saving your work. This is my last tip. So really important that you name it something that your teacher is able to identify for you. Most teachers are working digitally now, and it's incredible when you download the files, the names that you see. As you can see here, these are some that I have seen so far, and the best ones so far are those that have the student's name, so first and last name, underscore, and perhaps the title of the essay. Underscores just tend to work better as a file format, but basically just have it in some kind of form that your teacher can identify you and what it is. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Feel free to go away now, apply all those tips, and present an essay that is beautiful and polished. I will see you next time for the very last video, which is about buzzwords. Thanks, guys.